Hey guys, still here. Welcome to Battlestations Midway. Battlestations Midway, blast from the past. The game came out in 2007, and back in the day, I played a lot of this. It's one of those classic games where you open up the game, you immediately hear the menu music, and you go, oh yes, I'm home. It's that kind of a game. You might have the same with Civilization games, for example. Games that really have characteristic music. Battlestations is far less serious than War on the Seas, Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, much more arcade, and with that, far easier to play. It's far easier to access. For some of you, it might be too arcadey. I respect that. If that's you, then just wait a few hours until the other video comes out today, which will be War on the Sea. And of course tomorrow, that is a Saturday that I'm recording this, or at least that will be following it. It is going to be another Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts vid. This one, far more arcade. Now it even has multiplayer. I'm not sure if that still works, but I think it does. It used to rely on GameSpy. Back in the day we had GameSpy. No longer a thing. I'm not sure if the multiplayer still works, but I have had reports here and there that it still kind of works. You might just have to pull a little trick to do it, but I haven't looked into that yet. Plan for the video today, just do a couple of the challenges, because not only does Midway have a US campaign, a Naval Academy, which is basically the tutorial, Ship Challenge, Plane Challenge, and Submarine Challenge. So you have a couple of these, and you can do any of these as you see fit. For example, the Ship Challenges. Strike on the monster. Here we're going to take control of a Fuso class. The plane challenge. I'm not very good at planes, but well, we'll just see, because I will do one of these in the video. And I'm going to start with my favorite, the submarine challenge. Attack the retreating Allied forces with a Japanese submarine. No, sorry, the other one. Crucial cargo. Attack a Japanese merchant convoy with the USS Nautilus. Latest addition to the US submarine fleet. Plan your attack carefully. Let's go. Here we are, ready to strike. Now, again, I'm going to reiterate, the game is far more arcadey. Torpedo tubes reload very quickly. Submarines are not unusual to do significant speeds underwater. Diving, surfacing, all of this stuff, it goes far faster, and ships have hit point pools. Which means that you can, let's say on the bottom left hand side of the screen, you can see what my hit point pool is. I'm the Narwhal, which I find a bit confusing because I thought it was the Nautilus, but okay. SS submarine ship, or rather ship submersible. We are doing full speed ahead, as you can see on the bottom right hand side. And I can reduce that with W and S to half speed and stop. And even back, I can reverse the submarine. Raising the periscope is done by scrolling, and I believe that almost instantly, yep, there we go, we have a surface ship attacking us. Now torpedoes are non-tracking, so if you want to sink this guy, you're going to have to do it with dumbfire torpedoes. And this destroyer is not particularly happy to see me. As you can see on the top left hand side, the range is 0.7, I think, miles, nautical miles. And it is a DD, it is the Ugiri. Now I'm going to fire 4 torpedoes at it, because it is still coming at me at a bit of an angle. And I'm hoping that these are going to kill it off, because I'm not interested in tangoing with the destroyer, as I need to sink my cargo. Now, if you press tab, you go to the map. And here you can see my torpedoes, which are perfectly sailing by the target. They might still impact a ship over there, but it's not that likely. So I kind of fluffed this thing. I'm going to dive directly underneath the destroyer to minimize the contact with it. Thereby hopefully not losing too much, as this thing will, there we go, drop depth charges.
We're taking damage, sir.
And we have taken some damage. I still have my stern torpedo tubes. And we're going to send those out right now. So we took a bit of damage. The destroyer is flooding into compartments, as far as I can tell. Damage control, by the way, is something that's useful in this game. If you press R, you can see the damage control screen. The current hit point pool that I have, / the amount of damage that I've taken, any flooding that I might have. Okay, the submarine, or the destroyer is dead. The amount of damage control parties I have, indicated by these 3 little dudes. I can send them to fix, or rather fight water, aka flooding, fight fires, fix maneuvering, fix weapons. And aside from that, I can have all sorts of different malfunctions on the ship. I can have a fire, I can have, I think, engineering problems, so propulsion, another fire on the bow, my scope can get knocked out, and my rudder can get knocked out. So there's all sorts of stuff that can go horribly wrong.
Spotted, sir.
Now, I'm needing for this mission to sink 2 convoy ships. Particular ones, that is. Oh crap, there's another DD coming at me. Right there. Okay. There was a trick to sinking DDs, and that's to sail right at them. And then launch a torp at them. But looks like I once again might miss. Yeah, I missed. Now, lower the scope. Because I have had it happen that I smashed the scope on one of these craft. And thereby immediately lose vision. But once again, this destroyer almost parks on top of me, allowing me to throw some torpedoes at her from the stern launcher. Submarines in this game, especially if controlled by a player, are incredibly dangerous. It does depend on how you pilot them and how you command them, but overall I found that destroyers, unless you're controlling them versus the submarines, are not that potent. Asagiri, by the way, is not having a great time, and seems to be sinking. Asagiri is toast. Alright, I still need to identify the ships that I'm looking for. I also need to keep an eye on my O2, as shown on the bottom right hand side. If my oxygen runs out, I'm going to have a bit of a problem. Now, what ships do I need to sink? And where are they? The Shunsai Maru and the Taijun Maru. There's the Taijun. Right in front of me. These are dumbfire torpedoes, so I'm going to have to aim in front of him. I'm just not exactly sure how far. And well, I still have plenty of torpedoes to carry out this attack. But at some point I will run out. This is the Uzan, Ye Maru, Sado Maru. Are those torps going to do it? No, I think they're not going to hit it. Oh no. Maybe on the stern? No. Okay. We also got a PT boat coming at me. That's annoying. Where is the other surface craft that I need to sink? Ryujin Maru. I'm gonna have to surface for a bit just to take on some extra air. And there's the PT boat, and they're probably not particularly happy to see me. Now, even when I'm surfaced, I can still launch torps. And just note how quickly my O2 filled up again. Again, it is not a simulator game, nor is it trying to be. Don't treat it as such, because it's really more of an arcadey game. But that makes it fun. You don't have to take stuff seriously. You can just surface in the middle of a convoy, take on some air, and continue back on your merry way to torpedo the enemy convoy. That looks a little better, but these guys appear to be traveling at good speed, so I might miss them again. I should really give him more lead, I think. Come on. Hit. I used to know exactly how many torpedoes you needed for any one given target. I don't know that anymore. Crucial cargo. Oh, jeez, they're all the way over there. Okay. Yeah, there. This guy seems to have flooding issues. I seem to have issues with a PT boat on me. That guy.
Sir, we have sighted an enemy vessel.
And if I'm not mistaken, he's dropping depth charges. So we need to have a stern worded letter to this guy to tell him to stop.
sir.
So I have selected it as a target, and I'm now going to take it out with the gun, at least, ideally. Hit. Uh-oh. No, I cannot sustain this. Dive. Just surfacing with the submarine. Taking a few pot shots at a PT boat, and then diving once again into the depths. Alright, this guy's getting in my way. Not a mission objective, but I just thought, you know what, why not? I still have plenty of torps. I don't have plenty of health, however. And I think that I'm going to get killed off here.
We are coming under enemy fire.
Provided that this PT boat doesn't mess it up. Torpedo away. I'm sticking close to the Kinjo-san Maru over here. Hoping that the AI is going to have problems getting too close. So that the PT boat's going to have... Really? So that the PT boat is going to have issues getting close enough to drop depth charges. Kinjo-san, however, survived. So we're going to have to give him another nudge to go down to the bottom. That might have been too much of a nudge. Yeah, too much lead. At least this one could go down. And the other one is somewhere farther to the front, which I should have sunk. I should have attacked that way sooner. There's even a Mikuma heavy cruiser. Where is that other transport that I need? Damn, all the way over there. Send a torp at it. In my experience, these guys don't dodge very well, if at all. They just, well, they move pretty quick, as we have seen. And by doing that, they make it a bit difficult for a submarine like myself to intercept them. And to, as you can tell, estimate what sort of a lead I need to give them. Send another torp out. I might still get the mission complete. The fact that we're doing 25 knots underwater, however, is rather special. I'll be gentle and say it's rather special. But I gotta say, this game, this is 2007. I think it still looks really good, considering that it's that old. Now, how are the torps doing? We have one going out, another one going out. It seems like they have the PT boat either stuck to it or really close. I might actually hit it. I don't recall if the torpedoes have a maximum range or if they just keep going. But if I can hit it, it'll slow down and I can just jam another torpedo down to, well, down the propeller section probably. Unlike other games, rudders, flooding, stuff like that can get pretty easily repaired. If you take a couple of dive bombs in... oh crap, the torpedo ran out. If you take a couple of dive bombs in War on the Sea, you're likely to take damage that can only be repaired in port. In this game, it's not really that much of an issue. Now, I do appear to be closing in on the target, despite my surfaced or submerged condition. Unfortunately, it looks like the torp's going to bypass the target and or run out. At this point, I don't really have that many torpedoes left. So we're going to have to maintain high speed and just wait for a bit. Oh, the Kitakami's here too.
We're taking damage,
damn it.
Sir, our periscope has been
Periscope got knocked off. More importantly, I'm out of health. Ah, unit has been killed. Maybe the crew can make it out. So that's GG to the Japanese. They were able to sink me before I could sink them. I did take down 2 destroyers. I did take down 2 transports, I think. But overall, they got me. So, let's go back to the menu. Time for the next challenge, the ship challenge. Strike on the monster. Although I also have access to raid on Truk. But, oh, by the way, here is the Might of Yamato, which is locked because I still need to do the other missions preceding it. So let's go for Strike on the Monster. Take control of the Japanese battleship Fuso and run a gauntlet of US ships as you seek to escape to the open seas. The Yamashiro has been sent to assist you. Somewhere on the Java Sea, a lone battleship races to escape. That would be my ship. And I have to get to safety. Now, it's been a while since I used battleships, so this is going to be an interesting clip. Clemson-class destroyers incoming. Understood. And that would be them. Now, I can hit them with my main battery, possibly. If I'm not mistaken, then the secondaries go off automatically. So I don't... Oh crap, that was completely missed. The secondaries go off automatically, so I don't have to do too much about that. The escape is somewhere over to the west, so that's where we're going. What was the secondary key again? Anti-air, flak, artillery... Trying to keep my distance from these guys. They're only 1 kilometer away, or 1 mile. Ah, there we go. Once they're a bit closer, I can fire the secondaries as well. Full salvo on the lead destroyer. That was a couple of hits. Torpedoes in the water. Time to go for the casemate guns. Give them a bit of lead to ensure that they don't just splash harmlessly in front of it or behind it. Come on. Ammo count, by the way, is not a factor in this game, at least as far as I know. So I can just keep firing at these things. One down. They even had Japanese voice lines, by the way. Time to target this guy here. Look at how quickly those turrets swing around. That is awesome. Alright, buddy. Come on. Nothing so far. Secondaries then. I can also do this without being zoomed in, but my fire is going to be less accurate. Looks like we hit the Barker once. Could you also double click? Or did that not work? No. You really have to click every single time if you want to fire a gun. We'll have to give this guy some lead. Now the Fuso is going to be perfectly capable of taking damage from these guys, so long as it's not a torpedo. That would be a bit, well, a bit less likely to survive. Oh, there are now Fletchers spotted. Right. I don't exactly know where they are yet, but I do know that I want to get rid of the Pillsbury very quick. Keep zigzagging in case they drop torps on me. Come on. There's no switching between armor piercing and high explosive either. At least, again, not from what I recall. Alright, status. We got 4 Fletchers inbound. The Maury, the McCall, the Gwyn, and the John D. Edwards. So, bring the guns to bear. These appear to be coming straight at me. Target this guy first. He appears to be the closest. Steady as she goes. And just fire in front of him. Right there. This way, hopefully, we can engage him and sink him. Now, before I forget, if you could be so kind, check if you're subscribed. Many of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed, and you're missing out, because you can get the notifications, blah, 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 for new videos. And you can also be one of those people who goes proudly, hey, I'm first. I still don't quite get the appeal for that, but some people seem to really take pride in that. Also, I am, for Battlestations Midway, and maybe the follow-up Pacific, considering doing the campaign. let me know what your thoughts are on that. Is that something you would like to watch? Playing through the US campaign, which starts, I believe, with the attack on Pearl Harbor. If so, let me know down below in the comment section. Bingo. Straight hit. The other guys... oh, they're coming at me. I'm moving away from my objective. I'm fully aware of that. But the main objective for now is to stay alive. But I suppose I could swing back to port and allow for... yeah, allow for at least some maneuvers towards the objective. This guy is coming a bit on the close end, but not yet within secondary range. Hit on the Maori. The Gwyn has also taken some damage. Come on. Turn to port. She appears to be a bit deeper in the water than she would probably like to be. Serves me perfectly well. Easier to hit. Casemate's going off. I think... oh, torpedoes are being launched. You could just see the animation now. Come on. I'm being forced to the northeast again. It's not where I really want to be. Because it's not something that brings me closer to my objective. I have to turn west. But turning west with a belly full of flooding is probably not the best way to do it. Have to aim a little lower, I think. Come on. I still haven't really taken any hit point damage. But the moment that they start sending in battleships, well, that's going to make this a lot more interesting. Let's see, can we see their torps? Whoa, that's a lot of them. And it's definitely not dodgeable. At least not all of it. Yeah, we're taking flooding. Damage control. Port side flooding. Fix that. This guy is now very, very close indeed. Fire everything we have. Destroyed. Hard to port. Because these guys are now coming up on the starboard side. So, fire the casemates at them and wait for the main guns to swing around. Hit on the Macau. Not a bad attack by the Americans, because they were trying to come at me from two different sides, creating a potentially very deadly torpedo trap. Keep badgering him. I think I'm giving him too much lead. We're still heading only to... there we go. We're heading only to the north. Heavy cruisers are joining the fight now. Those guys are probably going to be able to damage me. Come on, we don't have time for this. The heavy cruisers are arriving. Hit. I have fewer guns available now as I'm heading away from them. But with the guns that I have, I only need a few hits. Come on. Ah, the Yamashiro has been spotted. She will join us shortly. Secondary objective. The Yamashiro must survive. I'll do what I can. But I'm a little busy mucking up my fight against this destroyer. Whoa. That's a lot more torps. I'm gonna head to port. The heavy cruisers are about to arrive. And I'm still tangoing with the Gwyn. Bingo. Okay, our objective is still all the way over there. Ah, there's the other ship. Yamashiro. Is that another Fuso or something? Okay, we got the Phelps. Chicago, heavy cruiser class. Target the Chicago. Small hit. Okay, we're fine. Damage has been repaired. Well, at least I'm not flooding anymore. Hit. I'm not sure if I can actually control the other ship. I might be able to. No, it's an AI ship. I can't control it. Okay. Give him a bit of lead, trying to hit him at the waterline. Small hit. Any more torpedoes inbound? Oh yeah. Some of them. Turn to starboard. I'm not sure if these guys are interested in me or not, because I'm not really seeing any kind of incoming fire from the heavy cruisers. Once again, I'm being pushed to the east. Phelps. It's time for you to go do something else but try and torpedo me. I'm not taking kindly to that. Go away. Heavy damage on the Phelps. I think she just got hammered by the Yamashiro. Okay, she's done. We got Northampton here. Chicago is still hurting. I wonder if the Americans are soon going to be spawning in either aircraft carriers or battleships. I'm kind of expecting battleships. And I'm not really making any kind of progress towards my objective, still. Chicago is probably going to burn up. Switching fire to Northampton. And once again, heading east. But there is a whole flock of torpedoes coming my way, and more importantly, towards the Yamashiro. She's gonna have to try and survive on her own, because I cannot control her. I cannot tell her what to do. And it means I cannot really try and avoid torpedoes with that ship. Come on, Northampton. They're definitely trying to do damage. Yeah, there we go. American battleship approaching. That's singular. That's good. Another hit in Northampton. You can actually see the ship's getting damaged too. There we go. Alright, there were also some destroyers about. There's the New York. I'm gonna start targeting something serious now. How are we doing on the destroyers? We got the Schlei coming in. Hits on the New York. Very good. Now we're heading south. Again, my objective is west. But I don't want to get subjected to copious amounts of torpedoes from the Schlei, for example. At the moment, I'm more concerned about this destroyer than I am about the battleship. The amount of torps that these things can deliver is unpleasant, to say the least. And exceptionally deadly, to be more accurate. There's the Sims. Let's hope that I can hit him. Yeah, definitely hits on the Sims. Come on, buddy. To turn and slow down. They still have incoming torpedoes. Sims just needs one more nudge. That should kill it. There we go. Now, the New York. I'm hoping that I avoided the torpedoes. Yeah, seemingly fine. Yamashiro took some, but seems to be mostly in one piece, mostly intact. Now, let's work on the New York and increase speed, head due west. Time to get out of here. Although, I'm curious to see if... oh crap, there's the repulse. Another TD. I'm surprised, or I'm curious to see what happens if I don't actually make it to the objective, but sink all the ships. The problem is, however, that I might not have the hit points to do that. Because I'm definitely starting to take some damage, but so is the New York. As the Fuso is laying down accurate fire now. We're flooded. 2 on that, and yeah, you can see the water just rising here rapidly. We're gonna have to put the last guy on flooding as well. Am I eating torpedoes or something? No, I'm about to eat torpedoes. Come on, finish off the New York. Oh, I'm dead. Crap. GG to the Americans. These AIs are no pushovers, but maybe I should have just sailed due west and not really deviated from my course too much. Right. Now, as I mentioned, there is a single-player campaign, the US campaign, starting at Pearl Harbor, Defense of the Philippines, running the Palawan Passage, Vengeance at Luzon, Raid on Balikpapan, holding the Lombok Strait, Rendezvous in Java Sea, Strike on Tulagi, Battle of the Coral Sea, Midway, and Endgame at Midway. As I mentioned, or might not have mentioned, there are aircraft carriers in this game. No, I didn't mention that yet. And you can not only control the aircraft carrier, but also the aircraft carrier squadrons. There's also... I think that was the multiplayer section. Look at that, a LAN game. Oh wow, back in 2007. You can also do a game where you do a 3 versus 3. And, sorry, no, you do... Well, you do any kind of team play, and you can pick 3 units. Which I believe are based on a specific amount of points that you're given. So I might look into that, and if you guys are interested, show you either the single-player campaign or some more multiplayer. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to get the game, there is currently a sale going on Steam. It ends on March 29, 2021, that is. And you're currently paying 97 cents, euro cents, that is, for this game, which will be $1 and change. I really liked it back in the day. I'm still having fun with it these days, and hopefully I can get some of the other guys involved. Because I believe that at least Sparky and Sniper are playing this game, or have played this game. So I might get them interested in a multiplayer match. Now, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another video.